Yo, what is everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to go over how to create this really cool mask repeater effect in Final Cut Pro 10. As you can see, this is what the effect looks like. I basically created two different varieties of this effect, and I want to just go over how to go about creating this effect. Now, this effect is created with a freeze frame. Now, if you have like Adobe After Effects, you could do rotoscoping, or if you're in Final Cut, you could try to keyframe the mask. By all means, that's definitely one way to do it. I just found that just takes a lot of time, and Final Cut Pro's 10, keyframing masking system, whatever you want to call it, isn't really that accurate. So I decided to just stick with a freeze frame. But this, of course, works if you want to track a mask too. Both methods work. It's all a personal preference. So as you can see right here, this is just a freeze frame right there, and then I just have a draw mask right here, and then I cut out a subject right here, and all of these are the freeze frame 2. They're just split up into 5 individual frames, and I just keyframe the position. So all of these clips and this freeze frame are the exact same clip. They're all freeze frames of Marlon Humphrey, and they all have a draw mask cutting him out, because it's not going to work if you don't cut out the subject. That's just kind of the basics of this effect. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to head over here to the example, and I kind of want to give you an outline of how this effect really works. So what I just did right here was, this is about 20 frames. This can be longer or shorter, but I kind of want to go over the basics of how to create this effect. So let's go over here. So we're going to go to 50% right here, and what I did was, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this lasts for 5 frames. So what I did was I clicked on this clip right here. I went ahead and keyframed the position right here. Actually, before I do that, I want to go ahead and take it over here, and I'm going to take the position, the x-axis, and you want to draw it right outside the boundary right there. Now that you have that in, what you want to do is you want to keyframe the position right here, and then you want to do is you want to go 5 frames in. I would say 5 to 7. 3 or 4 is way too fast. 10 is too slow. I would stick with either 5 or 7 frames, and then I'm going to go ahead and change the position to 0 right there. And I'm not going to add motion blur to this. I'll show you. I'll do that later, but let's go ahead and play it right here. So go ahead and go a couple frames back. So you can see, there you go. Marlon Humphrey slides into the screen right here. Okay, now you might say, okay, well that's great, but I don't want a sliding freeze frame. I came to watch how to create a repeating freeze frame. So what I did was I actually went ahead and I held down Option, and I created a copy of the clip right here. Then what I did was I took the top clip or the bottom clip, doesn't really matter, and then I basically just cropped it into the end of that keyframe right there. So I think you probably get the gist of it now. So as you can see right here, the end of it is keyframed to 0. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this clip over here, and I'm basically just going to put this underneath right here. So you want to go ahead and line it up with that marker right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and create however many copies I want. Obviously this is 20 frames, so I can only do 4 of these, so you can obviously make the top freeze frame much longer if you want more mask repeating effects right there. So let's go ahead and kind of play it right here. So let's see if it works. So go ahead, and there you go. You have created the mask repeater effect right there. It's pretty much as simple as that. Right there, very easy, very simple. So basically what you just have is you have the first 5 frames, Marlon Humphrey or your person slides in, then he slides into place right here. And then what you do is that those first 5 frames, now you're repeating it again. So you're repeating it one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. So I'll go ahead and just disable the top clip right here, so you can see it right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, And there you go. That's how you create this effect. Now, of course, you could put these clips on top of the person. It all depends on what look you're going for. I think it looks a lot better when they're coming in from the bottom right there, but that is, of course, a personal preference. And then voila, as you can see, there we go, going frame by frame. That's how you create this really cool repeating frame effect. You just keyframe the sliding freeze frame, the first 5 frames. Then you just take this section, the first 5 frames, and you just repeat it as many times as you want. So let's head over to the final edit right here. That's going to basically show you what I came up with right here. This is gonna be more of a breakdown, so I'll kind of go frame by frame. So this one holds for about basically 2 seconds. So let's go ahead and just literally just play it right here. I'm just going to show you how I did this. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Now he's in place. So now we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. Now you're getting to his clip right here. Now we're basically going the opposite direction. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then so on and so forth. And then I went to the last clip, and then I added one more of him sliding to the right, and then there we go. That's how you create this really cool effect. Now what I did was I just added some moderate motion blur on the sliding right here, moderate motion blur right here, and then on the bottom right here I just applied some directional blur, and I cranked it all the way up to 300%. I think it looks pretty good. You can, of course, make the judgment of which what you like the best. What I also did too, is I thought was a pretty cool idea, is I actually keyframe the scale. So after it slid in right here, I went ahead and placed a keyframe on the scale. I'm sure you probably noticed it. So go ahead, as you can see right here, the scale is being keyframed right here, and this person, the center freeze frame right here, as you can see, it's growing. But I think I grew to about 110%, because I just kind of wanted to kind of slowly kind of grow or scale up a little bit. I found that if he wasn't scaling, it was kind of a very boring effect, because everything else is moving, but he is just standing still. So that's just what I went for right there, and that's it. That's how you create this really cool heating mask effect right there. It's very simple. And then of course you can go, you can either have it going off to the right, or you could have it going off to the left, or you could have it coming in from the left. Or what you could do too is you could scale it out a little bit, and then you could actually have them like coming in from different directions. You have them coming from different directions, going left, coming into himself. There's a whole bunch of different ideas when it comes to this effect. These are just a couple ideas that I came up with. I've seen this effect become really popular. I really kind of wanted to give it a shot and see if I like the effect, and see kind of how easy or how difficult this effect was. But I definitely think it's a really cool effect. I urge you to give it a shot and see if you like this effect. I think it's definitely worth a shot. I've seen it become pretty popular, and I wanted to give it a try, or just give it a shot. So go ahead, leave your feedback in the comments down below. Tell me what you think of the effect. Maybe leave some other ideas for other people when they're watching this video. These are a couple ideas that I came up with, basically having him scale, having the background blurred, and then having him coming in from like the left right here, then have him coming out here. What you could have is you could have him like coming in here while also going out, so it kind of creates this really cool kind of loop. Those are a couple ideas. You can, of course, pick and choose the ideas that you like. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it helpful and informative. If you want to watch more Final Cut Pro 10 tutorials, make sure to hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one. Peace.